Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is an update on my keto diet. Now, I started a keto diet a few months ago, back in March I think it was, and I had put up some recipes about some things I had talked about the diet and how it was working for me. Well, the keto diet has continued to work, but I have to let you know what has been happening since then, okay? This is going to be an interesting video to let you see how I have been working. The keto diet has been great, but of course it's not the diet, it's the person themselves. So let me tell you, in early May of this year, I took a trip to Barbados. I know before I went to Barbados, as you know, I started a keto diet. I told you I lost about 16 pounds. The first week I went on a diet, I lost about 6 pounds. I'm assuming that was water gain, all that stuff. I lost about 6 pounds. After that, I continued to lose like a pound a week. So I was up to about 16 pounds. I'm feeling really great. I wasn't hungry, and as we know, the keto diet is low protein, very little carbs, and high fats. Fats is good because I like fats. Everybody like stuff that's fatty. But of course you have to cut out things which is flour, bread, you know, anything that is white. I would just say cut out white sugar, flour, all that stuff. And that makes a big difference. It was hard, especially for people who likes bread. I like bread. It was hard, but I made a decision to not to eat it, and I cut it out, and I did really great. In March, I had to go to Barbados. Now, I wasn't supposed to be in Barbados for about 3 weeks. I spent 2 months in Barbados. Now, when I am originally from Barbados, when you go home, you are exposed to all the foods and so on that you do not normally get because you don't make them yourself, and there's really no one in the area that specializes in that food unless you go to another Bajan, right? So there's a lot of things that I haven't eaten in years. Going home, I stayed with my sister. Now, there's something in Barbados called sweet bread. Sweet bread is made with coconut and fruits and different things. You call it coconut bread or sweet bread. I call it sweet bread. And a slice of sweet bread goes really well with a cup of tea or a cup of coffee. Guess what I had with breakfast in the morning? A slice of sweet bread. Maybe 2 slices sometimes of sweet bread. There goes the keto, right? Because we have the sugars in there, we have the flours in there, and so on. But I couldn't think of keto. I was thinking of, okay, let me just have a piece of sweet bread, right? And it was really good. So that's what, because I find for me, I can have a slice of sweet bread, a cup of coffee, and it keeps me full till lunchtime. I'm not 10, 11 o'clock, I'm not starving, hungry. For some reason, it keeps me full. So that's what I did. There's also these things called turnovers, which is also a bread that has coconut in the center. Turnovers and these different things. How could you not have at least 1 or 2, right? But I try to be good, and I try not to pig out, and I try not to eat too much of it, but at least I ate a little bit of it. Now, I stayed with my sister, as I said. My sister cook rice, and rice is one of the things that I cut out on the keto diet too because of the start. So I wasn't eating rice. I haven't eaten rice for a while. But when I went by her, she cooked rice a couple of days a week. So I ate rice, but I try to eat a small portion of it. What else did I do? There's something called black pudding and sauce. I ate black pudding and sauce. Black pudding and sauce. but I'm thinking of it though. Sauce is probably on a keto because sauce is pork, right? Protein, which is on a keto, right? So sauce is basically just pork pickled. It is cucumbers and lemons and salt and parsley chopped up, and then your meat is cooked, and it's cut up small, and then it's dropped into this pickle that you just made, which is the cucumber and parsley and so on. Mix it all up together, and make sure you have enough. You have to have enough salt or lemon or lime in there to give it just the right taste, and it's good. But that's a dish that is served on Saturdays. And the black pudding is sweet potato, which is really not that bad for you, but it's just that then the sweet potato has some sugar in it, which is to give it a sweet taste. And then you mix up the sweet potato and sugar and seasonings like onions, scallions, that kind of stuff, and mix it all up together, and it's really good. And the two go together as a dish, and that's a Saturday dish. So of course on Saturdays I had that. Now there's some people that can make it, and there's some people that just play around with it but really don't know how to make it, because I bought it from a couple places. It really wasn't that great. But not just because my sister, and not just because she's my sister, she had a shop in St. Philip, and she had the best black pudding and sauce there was. She has the touch. Some people just have the touch. She had the touch. So for me to get black pudding and sauce from her, I had to order it by early in the morning, because by 12 o'clock she was already sold out. So that's how good she was. Okay, so I had that, and it was really good. So I'll go up there in the afternoon, how to please save me some, I'm coming for it, and I'll go up there and get that. So those are the things that I ate. But one thing I did, which I've been doing since, is while I was there, I went to Barbados, I think on the 22nd, or the 21st. On the 22nd, I started walking. Now I discovered my brother-in-law, along with about 3 other people, they get up every morning and walk. They'll get up in the morning they leave the house at 5:15. So you had to be ready by 5:15, otherwise they're gonna leave you, right? So I was up, and it was not difficult. I set my alarm to wake me up at 5 o'clock. Not that it wasn't difficult, it wasn't easy. I set my alarm to wake up at 5 o'clock, which was, 5 o'clock in the morning, it's still dark outside, you're on vacation, you want to sleep. But I got up, and I went walking, and we walked for like maybe an hour, 45 minutes, an hour and a half. It was not easy, trust me, because Barbados have a lot of hills, up and down, and those hills were killers. Those guys, I was a newbie, but they weren't waiting for me. They were keeping up. They walk at a certain speed in the morning, so it's like either you keep up or you stay back there. So I was back there. But one of the guys that was walking in the group, he was really a sweet guy. He looked back, he saw me back there struggling to keep up, and he waited back there. I would see him looking at the side to see where he was, and he see I was back there. So instead of just stopping, he slowed down until I was able to catch up with him. And once I catch up with him, he started to walk with me and talk with me. He said, listen, this walk, he said, the race is not for the swift, but the one that can endure to the end. So just hang in there and just keep going. And that made me, and I just said, okay, I have to do this, Lord, I have to do this. And I kept walking with them. But in about a month time, I was able to almost keep up with them. Almost keep up. I would start up really good, maybe get to a certain point, but then I would kind of lag back behind, and then, and they'll be walking and having conversations, talking, because it was around that time when the cricket was going on. They had the World Cup cricket, so they, guys, they love their sport, so they had a lot to talk about with cricket. So I just walked, and I couldn't really talk, so they were trying to engage me in conversations, but when I was kind of like trying to, I'm walking and trying to catch my breath, and they're trying to talk to me. But I try sometimes, but it's like I had no energy to talk. My breath at all, you know. But anyway, within maybe 6 weeks or so, I had gotten really better and I was able to keep up. Now they have this hill. Some people may know this hill in St. George. This hill is up by the polyclinic. For whoever is from Barbados that's listening to me, that hill is very, very steep. Very steep. So it's going up this steep hill, very steep. So I was having real problems with that hill. But one of the guys that was walking as I was able to keep up now, and he noticed, okay, when I get there, it was a problem. He showed me how to come up the hill. He said, okay, when you're going up this hill, keep your head down and pump your arms. You know, just keep your head down and just pump your arms. And I started doing that. And you know, by the time I got to the top of the hill, because it was tough. By the time I got to the top of the hill, he said to me, okay, let's make it the bus stop. Go to the bus stop. Go to the bus stop. And in my mind, I was like, okay, Lorraine, go to the bus stop. I couldn't make it to the bus stop. Listen, if you ever had asthma, you know anybody that had asthma, I was having an asthma attack. I was like, I just could not do it. And I tried, but I couldn't stop. I just couldn't keep up to the speed. Of course, they didn't stop for me. They continued walking. But I was behind them, and I obviously couldn't stop. I had to keep going, but I went at a slow pace. And eventually, they got to the top, and they waited for me, and then we all came home together, you know, cool down, walk slower. But like maybe a few days before I was due to leave the island, we went for the walk. And I was able to go up the hill, and I was able to maintain the speed that they had after I got to the top of the hill. And I started walking, and I walked all the way home with them at the same speed. And one of the guys that was there that usually is very good as at the top of the, you know, he came to me, he just said to me, no, it's a mental thing. Now you've gotten over it. It was just a mental thing. That's what he said to me. And I was able to do it. And I continued walking. And obviously I lost some weight while I was in Barbados. I wasn't quite sure because I wasn't weighing myself, sorry. But everybody told me, and I could see it too, my face had gotten smaller. And so that walk had really done a lot for me. I came back, I got on the scale, and I found that I really didn't lose a lot on the scale, but I think I just lost inches. And my thing was to continue walking once I got home, to continue walking. So school started back, because you know I work at a school. School started back. My school is not very far from where I live. So I decided that, okay, how am I going to do this walk? Because you know, sometimes you want to walk, you get home in the evening, you really want to do it, but your body is tired and you just don't have the energy to go back out there to keep walking. And then in the morning, I was thinking, okay, I got to get work by a certain time. For me to get up early in the morning to go walk, and the sun is still not up, it's dark, and I don't want to be walking out there when it's dark. So I was trying to figure out, now, how am I going to do this? I was thinking I may not be able to do it. But anyway, I went to the gym. There's a gym close by me, and I signed up for a year to go to the gym. And I tell myself, I have to do this. I'm not going back because I've come a long way. I know I've been eating the sweet bread and the black pudding sauce and so on in Barbados. But I was walking. So I was every morning, Monday through Friday. I was getting up at 5:15, leaving the house at 5:15 in the morning and walking for at least an hour and a half. Uphill, downhill. I was sweating. I was doing it. And I did it for 2 months straight. So the thing is to come home and to continue to do that. So what I did is, as I said, I joined the gym and I started to work out. I also, once school started back, made a decision to walk to school and walk back, because you get so used to just hopping in a car and going every place. You want to go to the supermarket, you want to go to this place, you just hop in the car and drive. And that's when you gain your weight, because you're not getting the exercise. You get in the car, you sit, you drive, you come back, you know. So I figured I'm just going to leave my car parked and I'm going to walk. And that's what I've been doing. Rain does not stop me. I have an umbrella, a big umbrella I bought, and I started walking. So I have been walking every morning since school started back in August. This is now the 2nd or so of November. I've been walking ever since. Okay, I walked to school and it was hot coming back in the evening, because I walked back from school. The sun was hot. And guess what? People are so nice. Every morning going to work, my people see me that know me, that live in my area, that know me, and stop the car offering to take me to school or to bring me back. And I was like, no thank you, no thank you. I give me thumbs up. I got no thank you. I need to do this. And my kids, the kids at the school, a lot of the parents know me obviously by just seeing me there. So especially when it's raining, a lot of them would stop. Miss Roberts, you want to ride? I was like, no thank you, no, because I make sure I take my big umbrella, not one of those small ones, a big one that just covered, you know, so I wouldn't get wet. I mean, if it's a downpour where it's thunder and lightning and stuff like that, I'm gonna drive. I'm not gonna ride. I'm not gonna go to work, you know, in that kind of weather. Walk to work, well, be drenched by the time I get there. But if it's just a slight drizzle, I just get my umbrella and go. So I walk to work every morning, and I walk home every evening. I started working out right away at the gym. I was doing yoga. I do yoga on Saturday morning. During the week, I do 2 cycling classes, Tuesdays and Thursdays. I also do, I was at one point doing Zumba and a little of the, we call them the machines. But there's this guy at work, this guy at the gym, his name is Mike. He is a really sweet guy. He is the person, the instructor who does the cycle class, the 2 cycle classes that I do Tuesday and Thursday.
Come on, you got it. Come on. Oh yeah. Don't stop then. Keep pedaling. We're almost done. Got enough. Come on. Oh yeah. Go. Oh. Come on.
Working out with Mike, and I'm telling you, it's like having a personal trainer that you don't have to pay for, right? Because he doesn't charge anything for all these ladies that he works with. He just enjoys. I think he said he was like almost 400 pounds at one point, and he lost a lot of weight. He got up one morning at 4 o'clock in the morning, and he made a decision to just work out and, you know, lose some weight. So he lost a lot of weight. And he just comes, and there's a group of women who's been with him for years. It's like people come, people go, and he just work out with him. He show you what to do. The weights, he'll show you if you go doing the weights, you're not doing it correctly. He comes, he corrects you. Sure that you're doing it correctly. He's really a sweet guy. So I've been working up with that group every evening, Monday through Friday. I've been doing it, and it makes it so much easier because there's a group of people that I'm working out with now, and it's fun just to hang out with them. We work out, we talk, we you know, he give us like different activities to do, you know, to strengthen our stomachs and our butts and our legs and our arms and everything. So I get more from doing what he's doing than actually Zumba class, because the Zumba class I barely sweat sometimes, but with him I'm sweating. I'm really working out. We do the steps. He has these deck of cards that he bring in. You got to do burpees, all these things, and it's difficult, but my body, I think, is starting to get used to it. And I've been getting a lot of compliments of how much I lost and so on. So I'm feeling good about that. You know, so I have to continue working out, and eventually I also have to measure myself again and show you how much, because I had measured myself before when I first started on this diet, and now I have to do it again to let you see how much, you know, because I haven't done it. I haven't measured myself yet. I know I lost because my pants and everything is kind of like big on me. Remember I told you I have that skirt that I have to, you know, that I have to, you know, now I'm trying to lose weight to get back into that skirt. That was like my main goal. And so, you know, I am just letting you know that, you know, you just have to put in the hard work, and it is worth it. Since I came back with the keto diet, I haven't really said I've stuck to the keto diet, but I still eat things from the keto diet. So this is what I do. I stopped putting sugar in my coffee when I started with that diet. I still, every morning, I still have my coffee. I don't put sugar in my coffee. So that is one thing I eliminated. I had a sweet tooth. Wish I still have a sweet tooth. But I find when you're not having the sugar and so on, then you really don't crave the chocolates and so on. There's this store over here that sells some really good dark chocolate. Sometimes I still buy dark chocolate. They say it's supposed to be good for you, so I still eat a piece of that every once in a while. And what else? And for dinner, I still don't have like flour. I don't use like flour and so on. Bread, I use bread still, but maybe twice a week or so. And if I do have, like this morning, I had breakfast with my husband. We had eggs and bacon and sausage, which is good for the keto, on the keto diet. But I had a slice of bread, whole wheat bread, you know, with the nuts and grains and stuff in it, which I didn't think was bad. So I had one slice with some butter on it. I probably wouldn't eat bread now till later in the week again. I take to work my lunch, and my lunch is usually sweet potato, whatever kind of meat that I do, and sometimes I like zucchini. I saute some zucchini on the stove, sweet potato and whatever meat, and I'm good. Right now for dinner, I'm gonna do some salmon with some vegetables. So for lunch tomorrow, I'll take some salmon and probably another sweet potato and so on. I like sweet potato. I like pumpkin, so I can eat as much as that. I can eat that all the time, so I'm fine with that. You know, so my lunch is pretty good. When I come home in the evening, now because I try to eat a heavy lunch in the afternoon, I eat light in the evening. So in the evening, I may have a protein shake. I may have some crackers and cheese, or I may make something very light, whatever it may be, if it's eggs or whatever. But whatever it is, it's not going to be anything big. You know, it'll be something like my heaviest meal, I think, and my fattiest meal will probably be on weekends, on Saturdays. Like last night, my husband and I went out to dinner, and I think I ate a little bit too much. I ate some ribs and not, you know, and some potatoes and bread. So by the time I finished, I was a little bit overstuffed. So my heavy meal, I guess, will be on weekends. But I got to also control that. And I'm still trying to control certain things. But I don't think I'm going crazy with my foods. But the main thing is I'm really exercising and you know, and I'm trying. I'm still walking every morning back and forth. Okay? So I am trying to do this. And I will show you my results as soon as I, maybe not a couple of months or something. My husband tell me, he can see that I'm losing weight. I'm trying, because I tell him, my husband, that when I lose weight, my booty, I lose my booty too. And so I'm trying to do all these exercises to tighten everything up, to keep everything tightened up. So I'm really working hard at the gym. So, we just gotta, you just gotta implement, you just gotta find a way to implement some exercise into your routine. And I say this is a lifetime journey, so I have to get used to doing it. And I'm happy that I have a great group of people that I'm working out with. And yeah, I'm doing this. I'm kind of excited about it. Okay, so I will keep you up to date on the keto. The keto is great. If you're about to start the keto, please go ahead and do it. There's lots of recipes up there that you can choose from. If you're not sure about what you should do or what you should eat, and you want to send me a message and ask me, I will be happy to let you know. I have a few recipes that I had found online that I used that I thought was great, tasted good. Because if it don't taste good, forget it's out the door for me, because I like my food well seasoned and well tasty. So if you want any of my recipes, or you want any ideas, or you have any questions regarding keto diet, please let me know. I'm not an expert. I can just tell you my opinion of what worked for me, and then if you want to do that, you can do that. It's up to you. Okay, so until next time, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and press that little bell up there, icon bell, so every time I put up a video, you will be able to see it.